All right, so the first card that we are going to pick up is going to be your vision. And this is your vision for money, okay, in your business. And let's see what your vision is. Okay, so you got the Ophiuncus, which is the Five of Cups. Okay, this is an interesting card to get, Cancer, for this particular month. And I think that you're really trying to make money and to keep yourself healthy and well. So that's an interesting card to pull, because other signs that I've done so far, it's been all about the bling or all about pleasurable things. But this just seems like you're really concerned with having enough money to take care of yourself personally and just making sure you're healthy, make sure that you have all your basic needs met. That's an interesting card to get for that. It's very good though. All right, so the next card is going to be what opens you up to hearing other people. So when you are working on a business, you probably don't realize, but listening to others is one of the ways that you can become very successful. And sometimes we don't really listen to other people as much as we listen to ourselves and what we're trying to manifest, but it is very important. So let's see what opens you up to that. Okay, so you got the Three of Swords, which is the Corona card. And so this is interesting to pull for this. So what opens you up is when you hear about someone who's had to fight really hard to get what they did. How do I say it? They had to fight really hard for what they have. So when you hear a success story that was very hard for someone to go through, those are the people you listen to the most, because I feel like what I'm getting is this, when I feel these emotions, is that you have to know that someone else had a hard time. It's not that kind of feeling. It's that you know that it's very difficult. You feel the struggle. I can feel the struggle, and that's why I'm having a hard time expressing this, because it's what's coming through. But you've had a hard time, and when you hear somebody else who overcame a lot of challenges, that's when you listen to them. And I think that's really good, because that's a high motivator. So I'm going to say that this is a great way for you to listen to other people. But keep in mind, like not everyone has a tough story. Some people, were given a lot of tools to start with, and they make it seem like it came easy, but everything has its challenges. So even if a person, you look at them and you think that their success came easily and they're talking to you, still listen to what they have to say, okay? All right, so the next card is, how do I present myself in the best possible way? So let's see. Okay, so you've got the Lyra card, and it's the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, okay? So the Lyra card is about someone who is willing to basically go through hell to get what they want. I mean, there's no other way for me to say this. Like, it seems like you're the type of person who's super determined. And the story behind, let me just tell you the quick story behind this. So basically, there was a princess who went to Hades, and the person that she belonged to, her lover, had to go to Hades to retrieve her, and he had to play his lyra. And that lyra was supposed to get her out of Hades. And in a way, it didn't work. So I think that this card could help you understand that not everything has to be hard, okay? There's easier ways to do things. So don't feel like don't look at everything like it's too hard, because what you're doing is you're putting a challenge in your way that doesn't belong there. So this is what I'm getting from this reading is a lot of struggle in business. And it could be because of emotions and things like that, and just thinking that things are really hard. And you can only identify with people who've been through a lot. And I mean, let's just keep going because I want to find out what else is going on with this. And I'm sorry if it's hard for me to bring this out, but when these feelings come in and it's a struggle, I start to struggle. Okay, so now this next one is, how do you maintain clarity? How do you maintain clarity? Okay, so you got the Tower card and you got Mars. Okay, again, this feels like a struggle. And the only way you're going to maintain clarity is to let things go. Let things go emotionally. You have to, okay, so what's happening is you're pushing the universe. Me and my friends were talking about this today, which is odd. Like if you are hopeful for something and you're so attached to it and you're so emotional about it, you're going to put an energy out into the world that's going to feel like a force. It's a force where you're like, I need this or I want this, but I don't feel like the person's going to give it to me, and it's going to be hard to get, and it's never going to happen. It's a feeling like that. And so when you put that, I want to say negativity out into the world, or just this desperation kind of out into the world, then what's going to happen is the universe is going to push back, and it's going to keep you from having what you want in that situation. So don't feel like everything's going to fall apart for you, uh, because that is because that's what's going to keep you clear, and that's what's going to help you with your clarity. I'm already starting to feel a lot more clarity coming from you as I'm telling you this, because you're starting to realize, and I can feel it. You're starting to say, yeah, you're right. Like, why does everything seem so hard? Why is there such a struggle? If I could just stop thinking that way, things would turn around for me. And I feel like these cards are about to turn around. I feel like this is something good is about to happen. It's like, oh, it's crawling on me. It's such a good energy. Someone needed this message badly. Okay, so the next one is, how do you adequately express yourself? And that's going to be this card here. How do you adequately express your enthusiasm? So let's see. So you got the Cassiopeia card, and that's also the Ace of Wands. Okay, so the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is an interesting card to have, because right now we have Proxima Centauri B in the sign of Cassiopeia, and then we also talk about that being a super Earth, or another planet, and it's like a starter planet. And this is interesting because this is a starter card, and it has Aries energy in it, and it also has Mercury energy. So I think on July 12th, you are going to have a lot of enthusiasm. You're going to figure out how to start expressing yourself, especially with Mercury being in Cancer. This is what I'm feeling, is that this message is going to turn you around by July the 12th. And it's going to give you this ace in your pocket, this ability to start speaking what you want, and ability to feel like you finally have the wand to manifest what you need. So this is already turning over. And also with Cassiopeia, you have to think about how she started out. She started out in a position where she sort of only trusted herself. So I think that this also has to do with trust. You have to start trusting the process, and that is also going to be your ace in the hole. Okay, so now the next card is going to be, what helps you negotiate. So now that you have this wand in your hand, and now that you have this enthusiasm with this wand, what is going to help you negotiate and start getting what you want? Okay, so that's going to be this card here. Okay. Oh, so you got Aquarius, the star card. Okay. So this card is is going to help you to really create abundance. And if you can see there, she's got the jewels and she's showering them like on the earth. And these are new ideas that come from Aquarius. These are expansions of ideas. So what I see you doing to negotiate is you are going to come up with brand new ideas of ways to say things, ways to look at things. You're going to come up with solutions for people. So when you're negotiating, it's going to be all about having ideas for the other person and how to negotiate with the other person. And it's like a flood of things that you already had inside of you, but you didn't think were possible, and it's going to start making things possible, and it's going to create a lot of abundance. So you have this wand, and you're going to start using it. It's going to give you this enthusiasm. It's going to help you negotiate, express ideas, shower people with new solutions, and that's going to bring abundance in your life. But you see how that's you helping others to get what they need too. So anytime you have a business, you're providing for someone else so that they give you what you want. You are negotiating a deal. I give you this, you give me that. So yours is going to be solution based, whatever it is that you're going to be manifesting, okay? And negotiating. And then how do you follow up the best way possible? Because all business is about the follow-up. It's about how you overcome objections and obstacles, and how you keep the deal going. All right, so let's just find out how you follow up in the best way possible. That's this card. Okay, this is Perseus, okay? And this is the Three of Wands. So see, you're already starting to really flourish. You're starting to forget about the struggle. You're starting to see that you can manifest things pretty easily. And also with Perseus, he's going on this new adventure, and he has to, overcome a lot of challenges, but he's also given tools. He's, given the sword from Hercules. He's given the sword from his father, and that is from Zeus. And he's also given a shield. So you're going to have all these new tools that you can work with, because you're going to start seeing the things that work for you, and you're going to see, whereas you couldn't see before, the resources that you had available to you because of you thinking that things were so hard and that things were such a struggle. You're starting to see that other people are giving you things that are going to help you along. They're going to gift you with tools, and you're going to be listening to new ideas, and that's going to help you with your business and help further you along. And then the way you're going to follow up with people is by using those tools and using those resources to create, to get over these challenges and to get past, the obstacles that are put in your way. So you are going to really be able to follow up in a very good way, okay? I know this seems a little bit difficult to follow in some ways, but I can see the picture happening here. So you're basically you're wanting your basic needs, you want to feel secure, you want your health, you listen to people who have struggled in the past. That's how you open up, and then you basically are willing to do the struggle, to do the hard work, but you have to remember that not everything needs to be such a struggle. That's what this Mars card is also saying, that to keep the clarity, you have to remember that not everything is a struggle, and to let things happen more easily. And then that's going to give you your Ace of Wands. That's going to give you that passion, the start that you need, the communication. Then you're going to start solving problems, and then you're going to start overcoming obstacles. See how it's all working? Okay, so now this next one is going to be, what is standing in your way right now? And I have a feeling that we kind of already covered that, but let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, and that's Orion. Okay, so this is a worker's card again, okay? And he has this club, and this is perfect. I mean, you can't get any better than this in terms of an astrology tarot reading, like summing up exactly what we said. I'm sorry, I said Orion, Orion, Jesus, sorry about that. But Orion is the person who fights for things. Like you can see here that he's clubbed this rabbit, and so he takes the hard way for everything. That is what this card is about, and that's what's standing in your way, is just thinking that things are hard, thinking that everything's going to be a struggle, and that you have to basically, fight your way to the top. That is not what you have to. Relax and you have to start thinking of abundance coming to you. Like I say this mantra all the time. I'm open to the abundance of the universe, and the wealth of the universe flows through me and to me now and always. You have to just constantly think that you are just channeling abundance, not that it comes so hard. Okay. Now this last card is going to be how how can I use communication to grow my business in the best possible way? So how do you communicate to grow your business in the best possible way? Okay, so you have the Sagittarius card, and again, I cannot believe this. This is the Temperance card. This is exactly what we've been talking about. It's about just keeping a balance. It's about putting, one foot on the ground and one hand in the clouds. Like it's understanding that there's a medium ground that you can follow. There's a patience that you can have. It's about allowing things to happen without pressure, without putting too much um, desperation or grasping for things. It's just about maintaining a calm, collected presence, and just staying grounded while you're still dreaming, and having good things come your way. So this is perfect. So I can already see what needs to happen for you, Cancer. This is an excellent way to end that reading, is just to have temperance in everything you do. If you want to like look the word up to really get an idea of how temperance works, or to find the origin of that word, I think will really help you to get all of this energy out of the way and really start to focus on your ace in the hole, your new wand, your new ability to manifest things, and also your ability to have solutions and ideas for other people. And again, your ability to accept gifts that are handed to you and use them as resources so that you can have enthusiasm and manifest your goals. Okay.